Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first ever U.S. Virtual Study Abroad Fair. We're so happy that you have joined us today for the very first presentation of the day. We hope you receive valuable information from not only our presentation, but the other presentations happen throughout the day. And we definitely encourage you to view the variety of booths that we have. We have over 50 exhibitors that are participating in the fair today, so hope you learn valuable information. My name is Angela Woods, and I'm a program officer within the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs at the Department of State. And here's my colleague, Gloria Schildt, who is from the Office of Recruitment and the Department of the State. So we will today talk about a variety of different fully funded exchange opportunities that we offer here out of the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, and then follow up with career opportunities for working at state, both here domestically and also abroad, as well as share some internship opportunities that we have available. Just so you're aware, you have the opportunity to ask questions in the chat box that's available. Feel free to type throughout the presentation. However, we will answer questions at the end of the presentation. Also going on right now in our booth, we have staff that's available to live chat with. So if we're not able to get to your question before you have to leave, feel free to chat with them. So I hope you enjoy. So we'll start off with talking a little bit about the U.S. Department of State. So we're the lead foreign affairs agency for the United States government, and our mission is to create a more secure, democratic, and prosperous world for the benefit of the American people and the international community. As I mentioned, I'm representing the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, which we often refer to as ECA here. And our mission is to increase the mutual understanding between the people of the United States and the people of other countries through educational and cultural exchanges that support the development of the peaceful relations. And we do that through a variety of different exchanges here at the State Department. We have cultural exchanges, sports exchanges, and also academic exchanges. And today I'll be focusing on exchanges through our academic side of the shop. But we do generally have about 50,000 exchanges that we offer each year with approximately 160 countries. And this year, we're excited to be celebrating our 75th anniversary of U.S. government exchanges. And so hopefully you'll be seeing a lot of information about that celebration that's taking place. And just wanted to briefly, you'll see on the screen our diversity statement for the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. I won't read the full statement because you have it there, but I do want to highlight one particular part of the statement, which is opportunities are open to people regardless of their race, color, national origin, sex, age, religion, geographic location, socioeconomic status, disability, sexual orientation, or gender identity. Pretty much we're saying that all of our programs are open to everyone, and so this opportunity is available for you, and so we want you to consider the exchanges that we have. You still hear, here's what we plan to cover today during our presentation. We'll talk a little bit about our Fulbright programs, the Gilman Scholarship Program, Critical Language Scholarship Program, and then we'll end with information about careers studying abroad. Careers both domestically and abroad. So the first program that I'd like to highlight is the Fulbright Program, and this is the U.S. government, it's our flagship program here within ECA, and this was created back in 1946 by Senator Fulbright, who signed this into legislation. And the goal of the Fulbright program aims to increase mutual understanding through a variety of academic exchanges through the Fulbright program. We have more than 360,000 alumni, U.S. alumni, and then again, as I mentioned, this represents about 160 students from countries worldwide that are coming here to the U.S., and so it's a two-way exchange. But today, for our purposes, we'll be talking about the U.S. student program that we have. And so the Fulbright student program is we give grants to college graduates and also graduate students to study or conduct research abroad or serve as an English teaching assistant overseas. Grants are for 1 academic year and more than 130 countries. And some of the countries you should be aware of that you do have to have some prior experience in the language. So China, for example, is one of those countries where you do have to have a little bit of background in the language. And we'll talk a little bit about some programs that you may be able to do before Fulbright to help you get some of that language experience. One of our largest Fulbright programs that we offer is the Fulbright English Teaching Assistant Program. And this program is for U.S. students to serve as English teaching assistants overseas. And their goal is to help improve the English language abilities of underserved populations overseas. And they also, while you're in ETA, you could pursue your own individual study or research while you're in the country. And you'll see there on this slide that there's a website listed where you can find more information about these two Fulbright programs that I mentioned, as well as there will be information within our virtual booth that you could download some information on the programs. Next, we'll move on to the Benjamin A. International Scholarship Program, often referred to as Gilman. This scholarship is for undergraduate students, both community college and students from four-year institutions, to apply for a scholarship of up to $5,000 to receive to study abroad. And so you will actually work through your own study abroad office on campus or through another organization to find your internship opportunity. And then you could apply for a scholarship of up to $5,000 to study abroad. If you're studying a critical language such as Chinese or Arabic or even Swahili, you will be able to apply for an additional $3,000 for your study abroad. So you're looking at about approximately $8,000 that you could qualify for the Gilman Scholarship Program. Just a few things to note for this particular scholarship. You must be a U.S. citizen enrolled at a 2-year or 4-year college or university, and you must be a Pell Grant recipient. So you must currently be receiving a Pell Grant at your institution. And in terms of the programs that you're selecting, for community college students, and we're happy to be offering this new this year, you have to be participating in a program that's a minimum of 2 weeks long. And then for students who are at a 4-year institution, the program has to be a minimum of 4 weeks long. Students are able to travel anywhere in the world except for Cuba, and where there's currently a travel warning with the Department of State. So make sure that you're checking that information before you apply to the Gilman Scholarship Program. And this is a program you can apply for either fall or spring semester, as also summer and a full academic year. The next program that I'm going to talk about is the Critical Language Scholarship Program. This program is open to both undergraduate and graduate students, and it's an opportunity for them to engage in intensive language immersion program and also cultural immersion experience overseas. We offer more than 500 scholarships a year, and this is a summer-only program, and students have the opportunity to learn one of the 13 different languages that we offer. And so on your screen you'll see the full listing of the languages. One thing to note about this program and the languages that we offer, some of the languages you do have to have prior experience, and so those languages are Arabic, Chinese, Japanese, Persian, and Russian. You have to have at least 1, and in some cases 2 years of prior experience in the language to qualify. But as you could see, that still leaves quite other languages that are available to start at the absolute beginner level. And so make sure that you're taking a look at those eligibility requirements when you're applying for the languages. In terms of eligibility for this program, you must be enrolled in an undergraduate or graduate program at the time of applying. And so our application usually opens in the fall semester, and the deadline to submit your application is usually around mid-November. And so if you are graduating in December, you are still eligible to apply for the program as long as you are enrolled during the fall semester when the application period is open. And I just wanted to provide a little bit information about our National Clearinghouse on Disabilities and Exchanges. And so they provide resources to promote the participation in international exchange programs by people with disabilities. And so this is a clearinghouse that is created and funded by the Department of State Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs. And the organization that actually administers this clearinghouse is MyUSA. And I encourage any students who have a disability to definitely take a look at the information that's available there, and there will be lots of resources there for you. They also do a series of webinars throughout the year to talk about different exchange programs and how programs are beneficial to everyone, including students with disabilities. And so there on the slide you will have the website where you can find out more information about that. At this point, I will turn over to my colleague Gloria, who will talk about working for the State Department.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad that you could attend. What I'm going to do is briefly go through opportunities for you where you can work at this Department of State, and just to give you a brief overview of some of our student programs as well. I am a Foreign Service IT specialist, and I have been working with the department for up to 25 years. So how can you start working at State? So we have 3 different career paths to come into the department. One is as being a Foreign Service Specialist and Foreign Service Officer and a Civil Service. So as a Foreign Service Specialist, you are serving and working abroad. You do have the opportunity to work stateside as well. With the Foreign Service Specialist, we have over 22 different specialties. Let's go to the next slide here for a moment. Okay, so you'll see listed 7 different categories, and under each one of those categories you will have different specialties. Now, with these specialties, you will have to come in with some subject matter expertise, either a degree of some sort. This process to come in as a Foreign Service Specialist is resume based, which means that you would have to apply via usajobs.gov. And once you have gone through that particular process, then the process continues on with a specialized oral assessment, which will be held back in Washington, D.C. And moving on to becoming a Foreign Service Officer, let's see here. Okay, so when you apply to become a Foreign Service Officer or Foreign Service Generalist, you may hear, that is via a Foreign Service Officer test. So you have to come in via an examination. And upon entering on, you would have to declare one career track out of the 5 that are listed. So you'll see consular, economic, management, political, and public diplomacy. You would have to choose one of those career tracks when you sign up to take the test. And the test is very lengthy. The process is very lengthy, so we always tell individuals to make sure you hang on to your day job because the process is extremely long. And I will just encourage you to go to our website, careers.state.gov, to get more information on the process and also more information on each aspect or element of the particular career track that you're interested in. Civil service. So these are the individuals who also play a huge role in promoting diplomacy. We work hand in hand. They work hand in hand with the foreign service colleagues as well. So all of our civil service colleagues are based domestically. They do get opportunities, if they so choose, to go abroad via excursion tours, but that's something totally different, but you can look into later on. As I said again, they work within our geographic and functional bureaus, and they work hand in hand with the foreign service colleagues on public diplomacy issues as well. our student programs. We have several opportunities for you to come in just to get experience that will lead into any of these careers that you're interested in, either be it foreign service or civil service. We have an unpaid internship for spring, summer, and fall. We also have what we call a Pathways program, and all of the programs under Pathways are paid opportunities for you to come in and just to get some experiential experience, and also to interact and to kind of build up a little network that will allow you to lead into another career or to choose something of interest in one of the bureaus that you may be interested in. And here are basically 3 other opportunities: the Presidential Management Fellowship. I listed the website there for you to go. This will actually lead into a civil service career for you. It is a 2-year program that is basically paid, and it kind of guarantees you a position into the civil service. It is one of our highly sought after fellowships. So I encourage you to go to the website and get some more information on that particular program as well. And we also have the Pickering, the Thomas Pickering, and we also have the Charles B. Rangel Fellowship as well. And these, as I said before, these are programs that will give you that opportunity to not only just to learn about the organization, but also to contribute as well. A lot of the interns that come in, they have significant responsibilities. They play a vital role, and this is experience, as I said, that will lead you into one of the paths that could be just for you. Now, the virtual student foreign service. We get a lot of information from students and a lot of queries from students, and they're really curious about the virtual student foreign service. This is an excellent, excellent internship opportunity for you to look into. It is just like a regular internship. The only difference is that you're doing it from your location, wherever you may be. It's not like you have to come into Washington, D.C. to do this. And you only have to contribute 10 hours a week. You are working on vital programs and projects. It could be a project from an office or a bureau within the department, or it could be from one of the embassies or the consulates overseas. So and all of these internships are extremely competitive, and this is one that is extremely competitive as well. So if you are interested in the virtual student foreign service internship, please take a look at the qualifications that you need and the requirements, and pursue that as well. Now, this slide basically lists the eligibility for the our unpaid and paid internships, and it's just kind of the basics of making sure that you are a U.S. citizen and you're having a minimum GPA of 2.5.
All right, so we have come to the end of the presentation, and I hope you found out some valuable information about the exchange programs that we offer here through the Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs, as well as opportunities to work and intern with the State Department. Just as a reminder, we have folks in our booth who you're able to live chat with, but I do see that we have some questions available, so we will take a look at some of these questions and try to get to them as many as possible before our time is up. And so I see someone here says, how can I apply for those exchanges? That's a great question. I would encourage you to go into our booth where you'll have one-pagers that you could download that has specific information and the details for applying for each of the programs, as well as their staff in there who you could ask the questions to. Someone asked the question of how long is the program. It varies for each of the exchanges, and so for our Fulbright programs, those are typically 1-year programs, usually during the academic year. for the Benjamin Gilman Scholarship Program. That program, you could apply either to do a fall, spring, or summer semester, or a full academic year. And then for the Critical Language Scholarship Program, that is a summer program that's approximately 8 to 10 weeks overseas. Okay, I see we have a specific question related to CLS. And so it says, I have a question about the CLS program. I would like to go abroad to Tajikistan to learn Persian. However, I do not have any formal training with Persian, but it is my native language. I think I am fluent in Persian, but since I have never had an actual class for Persian, can I still apply for the program? How do you guys assess my ability to speak Persian since it is one of the languages that needs prior knowledge? That is an excellent question, and my response is going to hold true not only for Persian, but other languages in which you do have to have a prior background. For students who are native speakers of the language, we will take that into consideration when applying for the language. It is something that we look at on a case-by-case basis to see your experience within the particular language. And so some native speakers may be fluent in terms of orally speaking the language, but when it comes to the written aspect, they may not have the same expertise. And so we will take a look at that and see, based on your qualifications, if you are eligible to participate on the program. I would also recommend, we always recommend to heritage students, is meet with a either Persian professor or another language professor on your campus to have them evaluate your language ability, and then I would encourage you to have that same person write one of your letters of recommendation for the scholarships, and that will help to attest to your ability, and we'll take that into consideration when reviewing your application. We have a little bit more time, so if you want to type more questions, feel free to do so. All right. Well, since we don't seem to have as many questions, I want to thank you for joining us here today, and feel free to head over to our booth as well as the other booths that are participating to learn more about opportunities to study abroad. And I just want you to consider whether you do one of our programs, we do really want you to consider studying abroad, whether it's through Department of State programs or another program through your school. It's really important in the global economy that we live in. It's very important that you have some international experience. And so we want to make sure that you get that. And if you're able to add on a foreign language to that, that will be as beneficial as well. And, you know, a lot of people who work here at the State Department or definitely our foreign service officers, they have gone abroad before. And so that will really help you in terms of standing out when you're applying for jobs either at the State Department or any job. And it doesn't matter the field that you're in. A lot of students think you have to be an international relations major or focusing on a particular region or language that you're majoring on. But I actually started off myself in education and studied abroad, and look where I am today. And so I encourage you, no matter what field you're in, please study abroad. Looks like actually we got one more, a couple more questions that came through, and so I'll just quickly answer those. Says, for the summer language course, I'm going to study English or my language. And so for the programs that I discussed today, those are for U.S. citizens to study abroad. However, if you are an international student looking to come here to the U.S. to study, we do have various programs that we offer through the State Department. And so I would encourage you to take a look at our website, and you could go to exchanges.state.gov, and you can find out more information about all types of opportunities that we offer in addition to the one that I discussed today. And we have a question here, and it says, so if I am majoring in computer science, may I still study abroad, possibly in Japan? Yes. You could definitely study abroad for computer science. In fact, we would love to have more STEM majors, so students majoring in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics to study abroad. And so particularly for the CLS program, if you're going to apply for our Japanese program, you do have to have the prior language experience. So although you're a computer science major, we do want to see that you have taken at least 1 year of college level study within the language. All right, so we will end on that note, and I encourage you, if you have other questions that you think of, to go to our booth where you'll find out more information. Thank you so much for joining us today.